are, as mentioned, there is a mucosa, which is present on osteoclast. And strangely, last I also mentioned that osteoclast, it doesn't have any receptor properties. This is very important. Osteoclast doesn't have any receptor properties. So the mystery is how it acts in that case. So the mystery is solved by the bottom side of the leg. On your left side, on my right side and your left side, hold certain higher level MCQs, which are also explained over here because this is a quite difficult topic and overlapping topic, overlapping over a number of different subjects. Extremely high-level topic for any PG examination or any other specific examination. This calcium. You can reach to many other areas of modern medicine through this. So you need to have some idea about this. So in a minute I shall start explaining. Whatever I am writing on this side, do not write or do not copy now. When I shall be explaining, then you go over there. But those things are not coherent or in the order. Which is coherent, this side is coherent. So we shall draw this side. Okay, so more or less most people are pleased by the handout. So we are starting the explanation, and if you do it from each point, you can also go into separate diseases. So you can have some basic idea of applied aspect of calcium. So before we move on, how many of you have heard of a disease called osteoporosis? Many of you. Okay, great. So how many of you have heard of the condition called hypercalcemia? Or you can actually at least identify that, what that is. How many of you have heard that this is called osteopetrosis? Now, numbers are reducing. Okay. How many of you have some idea that continuous steroid use for a long time, either prescription steroid or oral prescription steroid? There's proper mechanisms over here. So, that has some deleterious effect on bone density. How many of you have this idea? If you just take steroid pills for years, months, you might have some reduced bone density. How many of you have this idea? Okay, no problem. So we'll explain this. So first of all, why all this? There are two types of cells. Last also we have discussed. Actually, three types of cells: osteoblast, osteoclast, and osteocyte. But for today's discussion, osteocyte we can put aside. And we can discuss only osteoblast and osteoclast because osteocyte is the main unit over there in the matrix, and they are responsible for the homeostasis, and we are satisfied with the homeostasis. What is required right now is to know how calcium either goes up or goes down, both in blood and in. That's the mystery, and that we shall be discussing today. So first of all, in the picture you can see in the center there is a cell called osteoblast, and from last day's study you know that osteoblast is something that increases the mineral deposition on bone. So that means more and more calcium and phosphate will be deposited in osteoblasts. On the other side, osteoclast is like octopus on that side. It's just like that. Lot of cytopenia and multinuclear cells, that's what I have discussed. So this osteoclast is responsible for bone resorption. And the word bone resorption means that bone is being dissolved. So salts, minerals from the bone that is going away. Going away means it can't go away with vacuum. So somewhere it is going. Where it is going? Definitely the pool. Which it is a homeostasis that is possible. So, if osteoclasts are working, bone will be decaying, but serum calcium and serum phosphate will rise in plasma of serum or blood vessel. So, that's the whole thing. Now, there are three factors. Last also I mentioned that which are responsible for this calcium metabolism. First factor is PTH, still there. Second factor is activated vitamin D, and there are a lot of steps before vitamin D is activated. I will come to that. And the third one is the calcitonin. These are the three things. Strangely, calcitonin is a hormone that comes out of thyroid gland, but it is not having any feature similar to thyroid hormones. Though it is coming out of thyroid gland, it is not a thyroid hormone, and that's why in thyroid function changes, it doesn't have much. So if calcitonin changes, TFT, thyroid function changes, doesn't show anything. That's a different part of the thyroid gland. These are the parafollicular cells. And everything which are responsible for thyroid action is the follicular hormones. Except the pituitary hormone that is case. Clear everybody? Now coming to the major factor. Serum of PTH. PTH is main action. It increases calcium in serum. So main action of PTH is it increases serum calcium and it reduces serum phosphate. People who are attending the class of calcium metabolism for the first time, you can write. I believe in the last day I mentioned this calcitonin. It is serum calcium going below and serum phosphate going below, and vitamin D activated vitamin D. So I'm just mentioning it like that, just for your understanding. Don't use this as studies from standard way. It is 125 diameter C follicle C. So that's the wrong place. I require I don't have to over here. So basically that is serum calcium and serum phosphate. That's the overall function of this. Now coming to how they are working. Now PTH you can see is coming out of the parathyroid gland, which are present 40 number on superior and inferior of thyroid gland. Now PTH acts on the receptor which is present on osteoblast. Strangely, osteoblast is drawn over there and PTH do not have any receptor over there. So what it does, once PTH acts on the osteoblast, there are two things which are secreted or expressed. There is some difference between these two. One is macrophage colony stimulating factors, MCSF. And the second is rankle. Rankle is rank ligand. MCSF is secreted. Rank ligand is expressed. What does that mean? Rank ligand expression means যদি তুমি এখানে মাঝখানে বসে আছো এখান থেকে ঘুরে দরজার কাছে চলে যাও and you stay over there for some time, that is expression. Our viral location with the exterior persons, you can have a communication. Secretion you want over here synthesis and secretion probiotic. This two are slightly different. Expression these proteins are present in the cytoplasm, but if they are in cytoplasm, they don't have their physiological function. So for that function, they have to go somewhere where other proteins or other receptors can access them, and that place is some particular site of cell membrane. So a rankle expression means this rankle is expressed on the cell membrane. সেখান থেকে কি হচ্ছে, through the paracrine effect on nearby osteoclast, they have certain action. Key action হচ্ছে, first of all, MCSF macrophage colony stimulating factor that helps in differentiation and maturity of osteoclast. Osteoclast is usually it's a multinuclear, but it is in inactive form and it is in premature form. So MCSF increases the number of osteoclasts, increases the density of nuclear material inside the osteoclast, and increases the rate of maturity of osteoclast. So MCSM বললে osteoclast এর মূল function everybody understood, and the function of osteoclast is resorption of food. Coming to the rat ligand, what it does? Rat ligand is attached with the rat which is present. It's a kinase basically. Receptor activated nuclear kinase basically. So rat ligand acts on the rat that is present inside the osteoclast, and that again includes the work and function of the osteoclast, increases the differentiation and maturity of the osteoclast. That's the whole process over here. Here comes one particular molecule which is called OPG, as you also have mentioned. OPG, it competes with rat ligand. So overall effect of OPG is inhibition of activation of rat by rat area. That's the thing. So if OPG is activated, what will happen? Osteoclastic activation will be done. From the picture it is clear. Okay, osteoclastic activation will be done. So in normal condition, what happens? Everything, rat OPG, MCSF, it is in homeostasis with body's demand. It is in homeostasis with body's demand. So that's your phosphate metabolism will. That's the whole process over here. Now coming to certain idea over here, right? So the genetic mutation happens in rat. What will happen? Suppose rat ligand is not working. What will happen? What? I didn't get it. Bone resorption will be low. If bone resorption is low, what will happen? এটা বুঝে নিচ্ছি ছবিটা করা যাচ্ছে now we are coming to this side. Now we can write this. So she is correct, bone resorption will be down. If bone resorption is down, suppose so radical receptor, there is a genetic mutation, radical is not working, so overall osteoclastic activity will be down. If osteoclastic action is down, what will happen? Definitely bone resorption will be down. So problem with bone resorption down, how about bone density? Bone density. How? Our hormones can produce bone density. No. What is the asking for? What is the asking So, যে বলো সে দুরকম ক্যাটাগরি আছে, একদম বলছে আস্তে কথা বলে না বলে কথা বলে, আরেকদম ব্যাটারটা বলে। যারা ব্যাটারটা বলছে কি হবে বোন রিজর্পশন করো ভেবে বল ডেনসিটি কম হবে বোন রিজর্পশন ধরে ডেনসিটি পাওয়া কম হবে কি হবে বোন ফিটনেস ফিটনেস কি হবে বোন ফিটনেস হওয়ার প্রবলেম কি like problem is structural irregularity deform acha আমার সামনে কোন শুনতে পাচ্ছি এটি তুমি দেখে যে কিভাবে বলতে কত কিছু না বসবে ভালো লাগে তাহলে আরো কিছু দেবো আমরা শুনতে পেলাম কিন্তু বোনের কি হচ্ছে শুনতে পাচ্ছি বোনের ডেনসিটি বেড়ে গেলে বোনের যে বোন মাস বেড়ে যাবে জয়েন্টের প্রবলেম হবে কিসের প্রবলেম হবে জয়েন্টের মুভমেন্ট করব জয়েন্টের প্রবলেম হবে আচ্ছা ভালো আইডিয়া জয়েন্ট মুভমেন্ট করব জয়েন্ট মুভমেন্টের প্রবলেম গুড আইডিয়া আর কিছু ঠিকই বলছো এপিফাইশিয়াল ওকে ওটা কি বলছো সো বেসিক্যালি what will happen basically what will happen there will be deformation in bone basically কি হবে irregularly bone formation basically bone structure will be deformed and more mineralization of bone leading to irregular and irregularly dense bone যেটা পুরো স্ট্রাকচার যেটা হচ্ছে জয়েন্ট এন্ড সারাউন্ডিং স্ট্রাকচার প্রত্যেকটা রুমে it can come out as a pressure. There is a disease that happens due to this, and this disease is known some of the bones in body, they get more and more mineral, they get deformed due to over mineralization because there is nobody to check this extra mineral. They were one of the important structure in our ear, middle ear, from mastoid bone. And from mastoid bone, multiple important nerve goes. Now, if the bone is deformed, what will happen? That nerve will be compressed, leading to multiple other diseases. Similar, like the bone and there are multiple vessel bones, multiple nerve bones. So, bone is deformed, more and more strong and deformed. High-density bone is formed, then it will definitely have certain deleterious effect with the surrounding and internal structures. Here, so this disease is known as osteopetrosis. Definitely, you check. Let's do that. Extra bone and deformed bone because of problem in the osteoclast. Okay. What will happen if there is a problem in OPG mutation? Yes. So if OPG is not working, what will happen? Where OPG is working? OPG is working over here. So if this OPG is not working, what will happen? There will be overstimulation of induced red activation leading to overstimulation of osteoclast. So definitely there will be loss of bone. And this is known as osteoporosis, and this is quite well known to all of you. Remember, this is not the only way to generate osteoporosis. There are multiple other pathways. It is one of them. Osteoporosis, not everybody is having OPG mutation. That's the point. Clear? Third one is what will happen if you take steroid or glucocorticoid for a long period. Prolonged steroid therapy can lead to osteoporosis. Explain one question. Prolonged steroid therapy can lead to osteoporosis. How that happens? Prolonged steroid therapy activates red light and inactivates OPG, which will lead to overactivation of osteoclast. And when overactivation of osteoclast happens, definitely we will get this. There will be more loss. Empirical input, university question, and it has come as a explain why question in the past. Now there are certain things. How PPH actually works. PPH, we have seen that PPH has some action on osteoblast. PPH also indirectly acts on osteoblast. Which one is more prevalent? That's the question. So, if there is a pulsatile PPH, for pulsatile PPH, suddenly get a pulse of PPH, get a certain amount. That is one action. The other is road effect, that is something else. So, suddenly you are getting 1 lakh money, 1 lakh rupee, that is pulsatile. And throughout the month, every day you are getting maybe 2,000 or so, that is continuous. So if there is a pulsatile PPH release, that actually activates osteoblast. So pulsatile release of the osteoblast activates your way. If there is a continuous PPH release, that will activate osteoblast. That will activate osteoblast. Can I get to difficult way of definition? Have you heard of the condition renal osteodystrophy? Difficult way. Jadar chronic kidney disease ka. Like suppose kidneys are not functioning. Patients on dialysis. There are many patients. Dialysis in kidney is almost non-functioning. GFR normally at that has come down to 15, that has come down to 20 or 10 kind of. Understood everybody? Due to any reason. Kidney can be harmed due to any chronic disease like diabetes, hypertension, or one particular toxin. Chronic kidney disease. That calcium level goes down. So if calcium level goes down, what will happen? PPH. Calcium and PPH have the correlation is negative feedback. So if calcium goes down, PPH will be high. So a patient will show secondary hyperparathyroidism again. Chronic kidney disease, these patients will have secondary hyperparathyroidism. Now you may wonder secondary. Why secondary? Secondary means hyperparathyroidism primary means the problem is in the parathyroid gland itself. Secondary hyperparathyroidism means the problem is somewhere else, but indirectly parathyroid gland is having some. So it is secondary parathyroidism that means they will have a continuously high level of PTH in blood. And if you are having continuously high level of PTH in blood, that's what is there. What is happening? Osteoporosis. Like chronic kidney disease, the patient will have significant osteoporosis. So medicine in a way, you will learn how to connect to this. Clear about this? So there is a chronic kidney disease. It can explain one question. If the question is a little tough, university may ask this: that chronic kidney disease patients are prone to osteoporosis, or chronic kidney disease patients may have bone loss, may have pathological fracture, or chronic kidney disease patient may have high chance of fracture. Reason is this. Clear? Question this is the reason. Explain why. Reason is ওদের calcium কম থাকে. Why calcium is low in chronic kidney disease? Because kidney is responsible for calcium excretion or not excretion. তার মানে কি calcium যদি excreted না হয়, then reabsorption of calcium will be more. If calcium is excreted, calcium is out from the body through urine. If we can't preserve calcium will be lost. If calcium is lost, PTH increases serum calcium. Now PTH can sense that serum has low calcium. The moment PTH sense that, PTH will be high. Clear? And if PTH says that kidney is chronically damaged, so this will remain. Calcium rose বেরিয়ে যাচ্ছে. সবসময় calcium কম, সবসময় PTH is trying to increase the calcium, and PTH is continuously high, leading to osteoclast activation, leading to osteoporosis. Clear? Now question SG. কিছু যদি না পড়া পরীক্ষাতে at least ওদের তিনটে জিনিস শেখা PTH কি করছে, ভিটামিন ডি কি করছে, and ক্যালসিয়াম কি করছে, এইটা মাথায় নিয়ে যাবে। আমি দেখতে বিরাট করব, তারপরে পাঁচে আড়াই দিন পেয়ে যাবে। ক্লিয়ার? ওই তিনটে জিনিস দিয়েছে, and many MCQs you can solve from it. ওই যদি এটা কিছু না পড়ে দাও, that should not happen, but if it happens, at least that you should do. ওইটা তিনটে লাগে। Clear? Now we are going to the next one. PTH action on GIT or gut. PTH action on gut. So what it does? PTH on GIT. PTH action on GIT. PTH stimulates something called 1-alpha hydroxylase. PTH stimulates 1-alpha hydroxylase. This 1-alpha hydroxylase is responsible for activation of vitamin D. So inactive vitamin D is activated through 1-alpha hydroxylase. So activated D3 increases the absorption of calcium from gut. So in this way, PTH actually increases the absorption of calcium from gut. To some extent, as a minor level, try to understand, this active D3 will also increase the phosphate absorption from gut. So technically PTH can increase the phosphate absorption from gut. Clear? PTH reduces overall serum phosphate. PTH reduces. That is because action on kidney or PTH action on kidney can override that. Clear? PTH action on kidney সেটা override করতে পারে গাটের উপর PTH এর action. আমি coming to that. তার আগে এই জিনিসটাকে কমপ্লিট করা you can see 1-alpha hydroxylase hydroxylase যারা লিখতে পারছো না OH ও লিখতে পারো, that is hydroxylase, 1-alpha-OH. 1-alpha-hydroxylase, that is important enzyme which helps in vitamin D activation. একটু পরে ফুল কথা এটাতে আসবো, এখন জাস্ট এই and this activated vitamin D increases calcium and phosphate absorption on or from gut. So basically, inherently the way PTH this in this particular way is increasing calcium absorption from gut. Minor level phosphate বাড়াচ্ছে কিন্তু ওটা ultimate effect হবে এটা বুঝলে। Next, the PTH action on kidney. PTH changes the absorptive capacity of calcium and phosphate, or reabsorption of calcium and phosphate in kidney. First line of it, PTH increases reabsorption of calcium in distal convoluted tubule. PTH increases calcium reabsorption in distal convoluted tubule. That's a major function. So the PTH যদি calcium absorption টাকে বাড়ায় distal convoluted tubule, what will happen? বুঝে যাচ্ছে? renal কি হয়েছে তোমাদের? renal system হয়ে গেছে? হয়নি না? Okay, a little bit of actually একটা renal একটা জিনিস লাগে just do you understand that way. First of all, from your previous knowledge, I do believe you know about nephron. Nephron मतलब क्या है? And nephron has particular structure. সেটা জানো তো? যদি very quickly if I do, এটা just আমাকে এটা বোঝানোর জন্য করতে হচ্ছে। So very quickly if I do a nephron picture, it is looking like this. Clear? যার মধ্যে এখানে I have glomerulus. This is Bowman's capsule. This is proximal convoluted tubule. This is leucopenal. This is thick ascending ring of leucopenal. This is distal convoluted tubule, and it is distal segment connecting duct. Distal tubule and connecting duct. This is the last segment of our nephron. If you look at the nephron, key হচ্ছে this is afferent artery. This is efferent artery. You can follow? Yes. You can follow, right? Now this is connected with the blood. This is connected with the circulation. Kidney, what is that? The kidney is a filter, and it will filter the blood. So you subject kidney to blood, the blood will be purified. Whatever excreta is there, that will be taken out by the kidney, and the rest of the pure blood will be returned to the circulation. That's the whole thing. Now this is achieved by two things. One is this. The other is parallel to these tubules, we also have blood vessels. There are two different sets of blood vessels. One blood vessel is the glomerulus. This one, these are also blood vessels, and the other blood vessels are this. Now, name of these blood vessels are different. So the cortical nephron hierarchy, we mention them as tubular capillaries. So the juxtamedullary nephron, we mention them as muscularis. Those will be in renal. Here what we need, we just have some idea what is reabsorption, what I actually mean by reabsorption, what I actually mean by secretion, etc. So what happens? যখনই blood, suppose this blood is coming from the system, this blood is filtered over here. So whatever filtration is done, the rest is going back to the circulation. Clear? After filtration, whatever is there, most of the substances are actually reabsorbed. Physically, lumen it is going into the blood. Bidirectional, multidirectional. It's a three-dimensional structure. It's on both, so that's why we want bidirectional. Similarly, whatever is left, that will go to leucopenal. Whatever is left, that is going to PA. Whatever is left, that is going over DCT. Whatever is left, that is going to DT. That's the whole process. So whatever is left, that will be reabsorbed. Whatever is reabsorbed, that will go into the blood circulation, and whatever is not absorbed, that will pass through and ultimately form urine. So if something passes this, not reabsorbed, anywhere food gradient, it will be lost from the body through urine. Clear, everyone? Now my line that I wrote here, it increases the calcium absorption in distal convoluted tubule. So distal convoluted tubule, they do have some receptor for PTH. When PTH acts over there, this calcium reabsorption increases. So if calcium reabsorption increases, what will happen? That will come back to the peritubular capillary. That is dissolved. This peritubular capillary, from there, this calcium will go back to the circulation. If calcium can go back to the circulation due to PTH control, serum calcium will go up. That's a major area where PTH acts. Clear, everybody? The second thing is PTH does another thing. I'm taking a different color. It also has some receptor in the proximal convoluted tubule. Okay. What it does, it blocks PTH, inhibits phosphate reabsorption in proximal convoluted. So if PTH can inhibit phosphate reabsorption in proximal convoluted tubule, what will happen? Extra phosphate that will be lost through urine. Remember that this is the major function of PTH, and that supersedes immediate action of gut-related absorption of phosphate by vitamin. Clear? Indirectly, in a minor effect, PTH increases vitamin D, and vitamin D increases absorption of calcium and phosphate both in the gut. So you may have a query that it should increase, PTH also should increase phosphate, but that's a minor mechanism. Major mechanism, huge amount, even if that is increased. Suppose even if phosphate is increased, that phosphate will also have to pass through apparent artery, maybe in the second pass, third pass, fourth pass. So that whenever they will go through this, basically, if PTH level is high, it will simply ask the receptor over there, don't be embedded, don't reabsorb phosphate, let it go away. There will be some molecular values. There will be কিছু করবে না দিকে অন্যদিকে তারা ভিটামিন ডি মতো কাজ করে অল্প বেনিফিট কিন্তু তারপরে দেখেন পুরো যাচ্ছ তোমাকে এইখান থেকে করতে পারবে মানে হবে এই তিনগুলো লাইনে পড়াশোনা করতে so PTH acts like that এদেরকে ভালো করে চিনতে হবে so PTH acts like that এবং ফসফেটকে ইভেন দিয়ে so that's the major pathway এবং তাতে যেটা আলটিমেটলি ultimate net effect serum phosphate goes down by PTH serum calcium goes up because vitamin D and renal দুটো একই লাইনে আছে so gut absorption হচ্ছে আবার renal absorption হচ্ছে আর phosphate absorption clear so now the question comes how PTH secretion is regulated okay the next question comes how PTH secretion is regulated. So PTH secretion is regulated either by activated D3, which is 125 dihydroxycholecysterol, and it inhibits the pre-pro-PTH. So formation of mRNA from that is ultimately reduced. Increased calcium that will there are calcium sensors on parathyroid gland. So they will act on the calcium sensor or parathyroid gland, which will lead to activation of a negative feedback. And by negative feedback, basically pH level will be low. And if the hypercalcemia high, pH niche chole jao if the calcium sensors are working. Otherwise it will go on. Stop karo, hypercalcemia hole stop karo. So pH there are regulators like that. And phosphate level. If phosphate level is high, it will inactivate this. Phosphate level is high, it will inactivate the vitamin D. And ultimately, vitamin D is inactive, and phosphate absorption is also low. PDS को देखिए touch करছি, so phosphate level will be achieved by that. Have you heard of this? PTH, RP. This is PTH related peptide. Parahormone related peptide. You may get an MCQ this year. Next year, pathology will get a short note on this. So PTH related peptides, these are responsible for, these are not exactly PTH, but chemically they are very close to PTH and their function is almost equivalent to PTH. They are found more in malignancy and in cancer, many patients of cancer that do have hypercalcemia. So remember, majority of hypercalcemia in malignancy is due to PTH related peptide. It's very, very important. MCQ journal, hospital that journal we have to be patient is having hypertension. And a question of mark, but you can be shown a picture, person is coming to you with a lump. Or can be given to straightforward cancer. Suppose somebody is having a lung person. Suppose they will be given a blood picture, you will see the calcium level is high. And the question might come, what is or which factor is responsible for this in this particular PTH related PTH. So vitamin D, PTH itself, confused for them, they will give you PTH. They may also give you IPTH, IPTH is inorganic PTH or PTH. They might try to confuse you, but don't be confused. Malignancy related hypercalcemia, most of the cases are PTH. Clear? Next one in line is vitamin D. So first question that comes is vitamin D a vitamin or hormone? Vitamin right or hormone? The hormone might cannot be vitamin might. Vitamin is usually a micronutrient. Vitamin is usually a micronutrient. And most of the vitamins they act as a cofactor. But most of the vitamins act as a cofactor. On the other aspect, hormones are something which is secreted somewhere and acts distal to them. Most of the, unless it is a local hormone, unless it is having a paractinium, unless it is secreted somewhere and acts in a physiological and biological perspective distant from that area. Hormone requires some receptor. It may be extracellular receptor, intracellular receptor, intranuclear receptor, whatever. And after that, hormone will form a hormone receptor complex. And once the hormone receptor complex is formed, there are multiple other enzymes that can come and act onto it, and ultimately some mRNA or nuclear material is formed. From there, ultimately some protein is formed. That's the whole pathway of hormonal activity. Now, steroid-like hormone, they have intracellular receptor. They act on a particular substrate. They form a hormone receptor complex that will create some mRNA by transcription, and forward by translation they will ultimately create some protein, and post-translational modification, that protein will be now active and that will act in various places. That's the whole process of activation of this. Similarly, vitamin D also acts in such a way, activated vitamin D that can get into an intracellular receptor. Over there, hormone receptor complex is created, and ultimately mRNA and certain protein molecules are created named as gallbladder. That's why vitamin D is up. It also behaves like a steroid hormone. Question answer by some question. Is it a steroid hormone? Is it a steroid hormone? Answer is you can call it a steroid hormone along with vitamin. First of all, they have intracellular receptor. Next, they create hormone receptor complex. Next, they form mRNA, and next they ultimately form protein from that mRNA. In this particular case, it's gallbladder, and this gallbladder ultimately then has multiple physiological effects. So we can also form in hormone or steroid vitamin D. Question asked, explain why or short note vitamin D is a hormone. A vitamin D as a steroid. Short note. Anyway, देखते बात करते हैं. Acta में क्या है? प्रस्तुत होता है. अब प्रोटीन पर भी जोड़ देते हैं. अब क्या है बाइंडिंग? Gallbladder. जरा देखते बच्चों को नेक्स्ट समझाइए. तो मेरे को ये फिजियोलॉजिकल एक्शन क्या Next we are going to vitamin D part. So vitamin D is actually starting from either 70 hydrocholesterol or arbocholesterol. From there it actually starts. So this 70 hydrocholesterol is present in our skin, and when we are exposed to sunlight UV ray, then it is converted into cholecalciferol, that is the vitamin D. But it is a precursor of vitamin D. This cholecalciferol is the hydroxylase by 25 OH, 25 hydroxylation that happens inside the liver, and it is formed into 25 OHB. And now this goes to kidney, where in kidney it is further hydroxylase. So two hydroxyl molecules are connected to it. It becomes 125. In kidney becomes 125. 1, 25. I teach you. Vitamin D এর সাথে 25 পজিশনে একটা হাইড্রোক্সিল ঢুকেছে। Now second hydroxylation is happening and that is happening in kidney and this is converted into 125 dihydroxycholine calcium. This is the active form. That's the pathway. Try to understand. 7 dihydrocholecalciferol or 7 dihydrocholesterol. That's the first one. From there, that is present in skin. Whenever you are exposed to sunlight, whenever you are exposed to UV radiation, not only natural sunlight in outer countries, mainly in Europe and northern Europe, somewhere in USA, যেখানে sunlight সেরকম নেই, they have vitamin D clinic. So artificial light, artificial UV light লোকে যাবে সেখানে বসে থাকবে and they will come back. Because vitamin D, as science is progressing, we know it is much more than vitamin D. Last year I told them multiple other function, not only on bone, it has function on immunity, it has function on overall well-being, it has function on psyche, depression. Now, we should cover in outside UK, northern Europe, vitamin D find outside maximum time, mostly in the winter season. সকাল 8টায় সূর্য দেখতে পাচ্ছি যদি পাই যদি ক্লাউডি না হয় আর ও বিকেল 2-3টার মধ্যে নাইট মানে আবার বেরিয়ে আসে সো এন্ড ইন দ্যাট যত আর্কটিক সার্কেলের কাছে যাবে most of the time 4 months 5 months 6 months 18 hours 17 hours 16 hours 20 hours and night if you are having that তারপর তো ক্লাউড আছে growth পায় পাচ্ছে না and that reduces vitamin D to a very critical level and this patient might have vitamin D deficiency and all the features of vitamin D deficiency and তাদের মন দিকে থেকে শুরু করে depression and everything lack of sense of well-being everything body age or muscle cramp everything the patient has. So artificial light we can increase vitamin D. We don't explain why in country where body winter predominant country artificial light is used for vitamin D. The answer is this 70 hydrocholesterol which is present in skin whenever UV rays always in UV hydrocholesterol then cholecalciferol is converted. This is the inactive vitamin D which is further changed into 25 hydroxy with cholecalciferol that is happening in the liver and 125 dihydroxy cholecalciferol that is happening in kidney. This 125 dihydroxy cholecalciferol is there so comes to the circulation also acts locally and again comes to the circulation and causes all the effects of increasing calcium absorption from blood, increasing calcium reabsorption from kidney, increasing phosphate absorption from blood, increasing phosphate reabsorption. That's the whole function. So net effect of vitamin D is increasing calcium and phosphate in blood. Clear everybody? A pathway to how important. Coming to the next thing, how actually vitamin D helps in calcium absorption from blood. এটা একটু ডিফিকাল্ট জায়গা আছে আমি এমসিকিউর জন্য যে কোনো পরবর্তীকালে পরীক্ষাটাও we can explain this question. So basically what vitamin D does, vitamin D যদি activated form থাকে, suppose this is the lumen of the gut. This is the lumen of the gut and this is the enterocyte. Calcium absorption usually happens in the distal duodenum and upper general. So proximal part of the intestine is responsible for calcium absorption. Now if vitamin D, how it acts? You know vitamin D, it through mRNA, it forms a protein called calmycin. Now this calmycin I can write as CD. Okay. Now this calmycin is present. If vitamin D is present in body, lot of calmycin will be present inside the enterocyte. If food through the calcium is going in the lumen and on the enterocyte, these are enterocyte or a gastric epithelial cell. যেখানে অ্যাবসর্পশনটা হবে বিলাই বলতে পারো প্রত্যেকটা জায়গাতে this enterocyte সেইখানে we have one particular receptor and this receptor is known as TRPV6. Vitamin D from a calcium receptor in blood is TRPV6. In kidney, it is TRPV5. R of this is sufficient. We need to calculate TRPV5. What is this? This is the calcium binding channel. Can you calculate the root for calcium binding? And there is receptor. It's a receptor which binds calcium. Clear? Everybody? Clear? The calcium of the root is actually luminal TRPV6 will catch calcium. And once calcium is caught, definitely this will get inside the lumen. Now inside what we have? We have calcium plus cal binding. So inside the enterocyte there will be a reaction and there will be calcium cal binding complex that will be formed. Now calcium cal binding complex will be formed. Now enterocyte with the calcium and level variation. If the enterocyte, if the calcium remains there, will it be helpful? No. I need to push this calcium to circulation. Circulation what? Luminal binding, vehicle circulation. Clear everybody? Clear? Calcium lumen দিয়ে যাচ্ছে। তাকে ক্যাচ করলো TRPV6। তুমি এখান দিয়ে যাচ্ছিলে দরজা দিয়ে তুমি ওকে ডাকো। But এইটার destination is on that side. So you have to be propelled on that side. Blood is there. This is the enterocyte. This whole room is enterocyte. Now, there is a door, there is a window, and you can't fit in or you can't go through. Or the second scenario is level of calcium inside cell is low, level of calcium over there is high. Now, how you can transport over there? We need a primary active transport. So here what we have a calcium ATPase. So this calcium ATPase directs it over here. And this calcium ATPase is balanced by another calcium sodium exchanger which is present on the other side. Continuously the calcium exchanger here. So main calcium is taken by TRPV6 inside enterocyte forms a complex with cal binding and then by primary active transport higher calcium ATPase it is kicked into the intestinal blood flow or deabsorption. That's the process. And TRPV6 is the calcium channel receptor which is present in kidney. Sorry, TRPV5 and TRPV6 is present in intestine. It is main vitamin B action what is the action of vitamin B over here? Formation of cal binding. Formation of cal binding is by vitamin D. So if vitamin D is not present, not working, not doing this, and this extra calcium, if vitamin D is not working, there will be no body to hold it. So this calcium will be lost. Lost what is that? Stool it will go. Body can preserve calcium. Calcium is the body that not happen. Bones will not get calcium. There will be osteoporosis, there will be osteomalacia, different diseases. Okay, so this is about vitamin D, and also remember function of vitamin D of which they ask. One is bone, second is gut health, third is maintaining proper mood. Fourth is proliferation of immune cells. So if vitamin D is low, proliferation and maturity of many immune system cells will be down. So definitely, what disease might happen, many diseases might happen if you don't have a vitamin D level problem. Last coming to the calcitonin. You already know calcitonin is coming from the parafollicular C cells. So calcitonin, that's a hard one. Calcitonin comes from parafollicular C cells. Calcitonin has its receptor on osteoblast. So basically, ক্যালসিটোনিন ওভারঅল ফাংশন হচ্ছে কিসের থেকে ফাংশন করে ক্যালসিটোনিন acts through CGRP that is full form is calcitonin gene related peptide calcitonin acts through CGRP function of calcitonin পুরো mechanism of calcitonin function is a PG topic মাথা রাখতে হবে ওভারঅল ফাংশন অফ ক্যালসিটোনিন বলতে পারলেই আমাদের চলবে যে এটা সিরাম ক্যালসিয়াম ডাউন করছে সিরাম ফসফেট ডাউন করছে so if somebody is doing or reducing serum calcium and serum phosphate extra serum calcium extra calcium and phosphate where is it going it is going to the bones this one is going to the bones so there is a process or there is a scope of using calcitonin in diseases where bone decay is present so calcitonin can be used in osteoporosis yes it is used it is without explain why আসতে পারে আসেনি scope is there so far thinking but there is a scope so you can write like that calcitonin reduces calcium in serum reduces phosphate in serum so there is a scope that can increase both of these minerals in bones if there is a point of caution is there in physiological dose calcitonin has very minimal main effective form তাহলে যদি আমাকে ক্যালসিটোনিন দিতে হয় সুপ্রা ফিজিওলজিক্যাল ডোজ have you ever heard about the use of calcitonin you know দেওয়া হয় ইনজেকশন মেইন মেইন হচ্ছে নেসাল স্প্রে ক্যালসিটোনিন অস্টিওপোরোসিস নেসাল স্প্রে করে খুব দেওয়া হয় টু সার্ভিস অস্টিওপোরোসিস ট্রিটমেন্টের মাল্টিপল পাথওয়েজ আছে ক্যালসিটোনিন ইজ ওয়ান অফ them আমাদের জন্য একটু আপাতত ছোট কোন সেল থেকে বের হচ্ছে what is the main function and can we use it in osteoporosis answer is yes in physiological calcitonin is almost having almost negligible clear everybody আমাদের applied পার্টটা বাকি হলো which we shall be doing that clear done
all right so we have to wrap up this critical thing whatever we have learned about the developmental process of digestion development. So we covered these clinical aspects of digestion development, which is related to these digestion areas. Now, in the examination, what we see that mostly clinical examination questions are given in the exams, which is related to the developmental area. So they do not grossly ask you about the process of development. Say development ask about right talking about development of the liver or development of the GI system or development of the liver. They don't ask those questions. Rather, they give you some problems. Either they are explain why kind of questions or maybe some kind of clinical error, even a picture of it. They may be asking. So we have phrased some questions based on these particular problems. And I want you to just like get the answer for this. Explain why kind of things, whichever we have done so far. So first we go with this particular thing. Explain a newborn with a bilious vomit. So a mother coming to you with a kid, 2 days old, and giving the history, whatever the food the kid is taking. Is taken out, and the nature of the vomitus and the color is yellow, non-bilious. Another patient coming to you, a newborn coming with non-bilious vomiting, which is another is with bilious vomiting. That means the color of the vomitus is green. So we have two patients, and we have to address this. What the problem is coming from, and where exactly we are looking into in the developmental problem, which might be a cause of this kind of error. So these are kind of things which are newborn, 1 day, 2 day old, they are just born. So likely, these are the problem with the developmental error. So we have to just like with our developmental knowledge, whatever we have learned, we have to just like address it and to explain why kind of thing with these particular problems we are coming with. And the problem is what we explain, we will be coming with. Explain. Say, a newborn coming to you, the fetal stools once in a cave after 2 days. That's the case. Explain why, or explain the case you brought coming with the history of mother giving a fecal matter passing through urine in male-born child. So stool is passing through urine. Explain why the stool is coming from there. It's a kind of problem, or what are the things we have to learn. Same thing, fecal matter passing through the vagina in female-born child. So then we have to just explain with what the error, where exactly we are heading to. So we start with the first problem. We have the knowledge on this, and we will be building on this particular subsequently and going through the clinical problem errors with this. So take it with the time. A kid which is coming with bilious vomiting and not bilious vomiting. So what do you mean by this particular problem, and where we should be getting to? Whatever is the clinical problem error in the GI system development that we have learned, we will be focusing into and building a explain why kind of question based on this. Now, just writing down the answer of this problem, you are not going to get a full marks on this, despite knowing the right answer. So you have to explain with your embryological knowledge this particular thing. And this again comes to your clinical knowledge as well when it comes to the clinic with this particular problem. You are giving this particular problem in a clinical setup with a newborn developmental aspect. When you get to the clinical aspect, you'll be giving the same problem. Adult coming with bilious vomiting and adult which is coming with non-bilious vomiting. So you have to understand this particular the code, what is bilious vomiting and what is non-bilious vomiting. Now both of the cases, vomitus is coming out. Whenever you're seeing this particular patient, he's vomiting out, you will be just like having this particular impression. Something is wrong with the GI system, right? It's not related to liver or pancreas or something else. So maybe the gut tube have some type of error which might be causing it. Now, what is the fact about biliary vomiting and what is the fact about non-biliary vomiting? And for that reason, you have to know this particular problem, where this particular bile drains into. So where do the bile drains into the GI system or GI tube? Second part of the duodenum. What's the place is called? Major duodenal canula. That's the point, right? Second part of the duodenum. We have a kind of like an end point for the bile feeding. Now, whenever you are getting this particular second part of the duodenum, which is like this, and having this opening of the bile coming out. So this particular bile is coming with the common bile duct along with some kind of other things as well. So whenever you are getting a problem with this kind of error, which is known as vomiting, there might be some kind of obstructions related to the gut tube. Now, the obstruction, the location of the obstruction, we have to focus on. So where exactly the obstruction could be? So, it could be before the entry of the bile or could be after the entry of the bile. So the obstruction could be at point A, and obstruction could be at point B. Now with the A and B, you have obstructions here, and you tell me which one is going to give a bilious vomiting and which one is going to have non-bilious vomiting. Bilious non-bilious. So A is bilious vomiting or B is bilious vomiting? A? Why A? And why not B? So if you have obstructions at this point, the food material is not getting in over here. So the bile which is liberated beyond that, at the same point of time, it is not able to go up, not getting the food material mixed up. So in this particular case, if you are having a obstruction at the B point, so the stomach and the pyruvus, whatever the food content is there, that is not mixed up with the bile content, is coming out or regurgitating or vomiting out. So So this kind of individual will have a vomiting which is non-bilious vomiting. Contrary to the other one who is obstruction, which is at the point A, which is beyond this particular point, which you see here, where this particular food material is getting over here and getting mixed up with the bile itself. And then it gets mixed up and it's not going beyond this particular point, that means this thing is going up. So the food material which is flowing out with the vomiting will be mixed up with the blood. So it will be bilious vomiting. So this particular thing, the neurological error, we have seen there are two things which is related to. So one kind of condition where you have a kid born with an error or having some kind of trouble is throwing out a vomiting which is bilious and another is non-bilious. So you have to explain it with this pure anatomical knowledge, with this anatomical background, why this particular food material is coming with this particular problem, with this particular bilious error and non-bilious error. So you have to just like write down where why it is bilious and why it is non-bilious, where exactly the obstruction is and how these things are coming. So explain why kind of thing. You have to explain the whole detail of the thing, where exactly you pick it and why the particular problem is setting. So this is how we are going to progress. This is the problem. Now, going to this particular clinical thing about this particular error, we will come to this particular thing about here. This is what we started with, the clinical problem. We call this particular problem as anterior pancreas. So what is anterior pancreas? We have two pancreatic parts, which is the ventral one, which is split. So this particular ventral pancreatic part encircling over these around this particular point. Beyond this particular origin or entry point of this particular bile system. So if you have this particular problem with the anterior pancreas, where you're likely to get an obstruction at the point A. So that's why these newborns are born with this particular anterior pancreas problem, where you have the speed of this particular ventral pancreatic part encircling and holding these things together, results with the vomiting, and this particular vomiting is mixed up with the bile, and it is bilious vomiting, but this particular fluids are coming to it. The congenital anomaly, where you see the green of the pancreatic tissues, encircling all this particular region, beyond this opening of this common bile duct, you see here opening the second part of this particular duodenum, and this particular thing which is coming with this particular area. The kids which are born with this particular problem, kids which are having this particular problem with this, have a bilious vomiting nature. So this thing which is giving you the fluid. Same thing when you see a patient who is coming to your clinic and giving the history with this several times vomiting out, and this particular nature of the vomiting is bilious or non-bilious, you have to ask. So then you can just like have a clue where the obstruction is and beyond what point the food matter is not going. So you have an idea where could be the problem, and then you just like appropriately go for investigations, ultrasound or any kind of MRI or any other further investigation to pinpoint, emphasize, or to justify whatever you think. So this is the way you have to approach this particular thing. It starts with this particular problem. The similar thing with this particular vomiting error, in this particular newborn, we have another thing, which is known as hypertrophic biodysminosis. So again, the kids which are having this kind of problem have got this severe vomiting. And whatever the food matter is coming out, and same matters over here, you have to localize where the obstruction is. If it is below or beyond this particular opening of this component of the bile duct system. So in case of this particular obstruction, which is involving the fibrous, which is involving this particular region, hypertrophy of the muscle on this pyramidal canal, so food matter had already entered the duodenum itself because of this hypertrophy. So we are throwing out the vomiting. The content, it never gets mixed up with the blood, so it's a non-bilious vomiting. So this bilious or non-bilious thing gives you a clue where you have the obstruction involving the upper part of the GI system at precise location, which is below or behind the opening of the bile duct channels. So this is what you are expected out of this particular clinical understanding on into this particular The liver is a large organ, and we have divided this liver into three different areas. Whenever it is developing, the leaf is coming up. It has a capsules and the supporting tissue, which is from the connective tissue elements. It has the cells, the parenchyma. It has the blood vessels, which is known as the hepatic sinusoids. They are present inside this particular liver system, or hepatic tract, or portal tract. Each of these particular systems is coming from different sources. So these hepatic cells, and glandules, they are coming from the hepatic part, where the mesoderm, which is present in the central transversum, they are contributing this element, which is in the business capsules, the supporting cells, which is the Cooper cells, or non-hepatocyte cells. And the third entity, which is the sinusoid, which is coming from this particular blood vessels, which are passing through them, which is the vital lines or umbilical and perineal veins, which is spreading out into forming this hepatic or intrahepatic, biliary and intrahepatic blood channels, which is present. Along with that, the liver has a number of ligaments, which is a peritoneal food, which is related to it, like falciform ligaments, lesser coronary ligaments. They are remnant of this particular peritoneal food. We call them as ventral esophagus, which is present in front of the liver. As this particular liver is growing, it is splitting the ventral esophagus into two parts, lesser momentum and this particular falciform ligament. And we have this ligament of peristalsis, which is an intrathecal remnant, which is present here, which is obliterated part of the left umbilical vein, and the ligament of venosum is obliterated over here, which is ductus venosum, which is the venous channel as well. Now, this there is again example. Given all these particular remnants, all these particular neurological source of the liver, you will maybe ask any questions based on this. So, for example, if I give an example that makes this thing clear. So, for example, this particular liver, they may say that is a cyst present on the falciform ligament, or neurological cyst present on the falciform ligament, which could be neurologically linked up with structure. So you have to know where from this falciform ligament is neurologically coming from, and what this particular falciform ligament is developing from. And if you have a cyst, what particular cyst is present in this particular region? It could be any kind of developmental cyst. And this particular cyst is coming from this primitive kind of like a fold of the peritoneum, which is known as ventral mesogastrium. So they are looking for this particular word, which is ventral mesogastrium. It may be just like I'm saying, or maybe even as an example, more long. So again, this particular segments where from this liver are source, or where from this particular liver ligaments, or kind of like another remnants are source from is very important thing. Thirdly, from this region, we have other problems related to the gallbladder and biliary affairs. This is what we see commonly in tested examples. We have to know this particular biliary system, which is intrahepatic and extrahepatic. So intrahepatic biliary system developing from the bile canal, developing from this liver part. So if we have any error related to the liver, intrahepatic biliary system, that is the error that is related to the hepatic part. But extrahepatic, outside the liver, the gallbladder, and this particular CBE and this particular cystic duct, this system develops from this particular cystic diverticulum. All the connections between the cystic diverticulum with this hepatic part and this particular primitive gut tube. So this particular error of the extrahepatic biliary apparatus in forms of atresia of the bowel. Why that? Which may be partial, which may be complete atresia, which you see here extrahepatic things, which is completely depressed, not visible, or maybe just like partly formed atresia of the hepatic bilum or atresia of the common bilum, depending on which particular segment is developmentally error in formation and can be lead. So this particular common error of congenital abnormalities of the bilum system, again, is a very important phenomenon. So these are the things that we have to make a schematic picture drawing like this, and just like explain this particular thing is this. So it doesn't in embryology, we do not expect a lot of things which you are writing, rather than giving you some pictures and writing one or two, just like 3 sentences about this particular thing. Alright, so this particular error of gallbladder, or this particular gallbladder, or this biliary apparatus error is a kind of very important reason. Now, why this is important? We see a number of cases in adults with this kind of error. So this is an area where we see a number of the gallbladder and this particular area of the extrahepatic biliary apparatus area surfacing during surgery. So if you have an anomaly which you have not had a pre-notion before going for a surgery, it could be a catastrophe. It could be a grateful one. So that is why this error, which is related to the gallbladder, is important. You will be seeing a number of cases in your clinical life involving the errors of the gallbladder. Maybe a gallbladder stone, maybe a gallbladder anomaly, or maybe gallbladder or hepatic cyst, etc., which may be related. That's why this is an IQ area where the likelihood of asking questions is very high. Next, moving from here, there is this particular error we will talk about. The same thing, it may be given with the clinical setting. They create newborn after taking every bout of what? It's choking or feels like turning pill. Whenever the kid is taking food, it's turning pill. So that particular thing should be striking your mind. It could be error which is related to the cardiovascular system error, or it could be this particular problem, which is known as the developmental error of the esophagus and this particular trachea. So this particular esophagus and the trachea developing from the trachea folder tube and separating each other by this particular septum, which is known as tracheoesophageal septum. And if this particular septum between the trachea and this particular esophagus is partially formed or not formed, partially formed, there are chances of communication between this trachea and esophagus. So whenever the patient who has the septum error taking the food, it's ending up into the lungs and the patient is choking. And because of the choking, the food material, the water of the milk, which is occupying the lung, the patient is having a poor oxygen capacities, which is turning the patient into cyanosis. So that is why this particular patient with the choking with the food, every time that it takes any suckling of the food getting in, it chokes or coughs. Should be triggered in your mind. Is there any kind of error in form of septum error, which is the tracheoesophageal septum error or tracheoesophageal fistula, if it is there or not? So this particular error is incomplete partitions of this tracheoesophageal septum would be there, or maybe a formed but ill-formed septations may be there, partially formed, partially not formed. This particular septum error is there. Again, this is one of the area where we see this clinical problem is based on this particular clinical experience we have. Coming to this particular small gut, the error of the small gut formation is occupying this particular development of this duodenum is very high. So we explained this thing before as well, where this is having a higher rate of incidence of these error in form of accretion. So this particular duodenum will are partly formed from the foregut, partly formed from the hindgut. Below and before the apple of Vader, where this is opening, this duodenum is formed from the two sources, and we have the two different arteries continually with the nourishment of these two tubes. So if you have an error or misunderstanding on the vascular branching, or you have kind of canalization error into this particular error, which is known as the duodenum, may lead to partial formation or improper formation of the canal. So it may be just like a blind pouch like this, which is having no communication further beyond, which could be there. If you have an error like this, the blind pouch duodenum ending like this, there will be same clinical problem, okay, which is having food vomiting out with this particular like food picture. It is involving the first part of below, before the opening of apparatus, it will be non-BBS. If it is beyond that, it will be BBS form, depending on where this particular obstruction is. Or maybe it is like a type B error is there, partially formed, but it is having kind of 3D appearance, no movement whatsoever. So this particular canalization error, either of the lack of canalization, that means the lumen is not formed, or maybe a vascular accident where this particular vessel is not formed or not giving enough nutrients to this particular part of this duodenum, and this particular duodenum is never formed in a full girth. That's why it could have narrowing and stenosis like this. So this kind of error on this particular second part of the duodenum, again very high in incidence. see that there is a question asked in this particular region. But atresia is most common in the duodenum. This is what we already have discussed about. So rotation area. The persistence of physiological herniation, which should be like a brought back 10 minutes of life, it is never brought back. You may need something called growth, they are covered with this particular membrane-like sac and will lead to this particular form we call this peristalsis. So this particular thing is associated with this chromosomal abnormalities as well, like trisomes of the 13, 15, etc. So this is how this particular thing matters. Again, persistent of another thing which is known as vital duct. It should not be present during physiology of life. This communication is meant to be there when this particular primitive gut is forming. And after that, physiological life should be regressing. If it fails to regress, a tiny pouch remains as an out pouch. We call them a divertic. We call them as remnants of the vital duct, which is known as mucous divertic. 2% people have them, and 2% people who have this particular thing is lying 2 feet away from this ileocecal level, mimicking the clinical inflammation points. If it is inflamed, like acute appendicitis, it may have some other tissues which is present to it. This particular problem with this particular diverticulum is that if it is some other kind of tissue, if it is present, like pancreatic tissue or gastric tissue, it can lead to like a erosion of this tissue itself. It can lead to bleeding inside. So for example, if you have stomach tissue by accident present inside, that means it is liberating the HCl. If it is liberating HCl, then it's going to erode this particular thing. So they can have a bleeding which may be coming to these particular patients, which is coming with this particular after the food material they are taking. And because of the abnormal ectopic tissue has gastric tissue or pancreatic tissue if it is there. So again, this is one of the important reasons that you have to know clinically about the clinical problem of these errors of the development. Next thing, rotations of this gut layer. We know that 90 degree plus 180 degree rotation together, 270 degree taking place anti-clockwise. If the directions may be erroneous in a formation, like instead of anti-clockwise, it may be clockwise, or maybe the gut material, whenever it is returning in the false manner. Initially, it should be coming the jejunum, which will be coming back at the first, and the sequence will be sequentially at the bottom or at the last, it will be coming. If that sequence is hampered, or by any chance, if you have that error, which is only like a rotation which is taking place only 90 degree or 180 degree, depending on that, you may have kind of like a malpositions of the GI tube, which may be happening over here. One of the common things we see that only 90 degree rotation which is taking place, and in this particular case, this particular larger signals will turn first and settles down to the left side, and the rest is this jejunum is settling down to the right side of the body. Giving this particular abdominal cavity is in a false indication. Instead of this anti-clockwise, it may be clockwise rotation, reverse rotation may be there. That leads to this particular transverse colon push back posteriorly behind this particular SNA, which is the centric artery, and can compress the artery, leading to some kind of vascular errors related to this particular errors of this rotation. Again, rotations of the midgut, which is happening, what is a normal thing and abnormal thing. So whenever this clinical question or intravenous question given to this particular as an exam question, like short of the physiological herniation or midgut rotation, you have to add this normal phenomenon, what the normal things is happening, and giving a clinical examination of something abnormal which is related to it. Coming to this particular NPV, which we have started with at the beginning. Now, this is what we started at the last end. This is the cloaca we talked about, the blind pouch of the gut which contains the blind pouch. Now, this blind pouch, as we are seeing here, is stripped by this particular developing septum, which is known as urogenital septum, which is separating this particular thing together. So, blind pouch A, B, and C, you can see that sequentially it is split into anterior segment and posterior segment. The posterior segment leading to formations of this particular rectum anal canal, upper part of the anal canal, which later on this particular thing coming in formation, forming this particular region, which is forming over here, liberated by this particular anal membrane. So this brings us medical problem where we have started with talking about. So no fecal matter passed beyond 48 hours of feeding. That means whenever the kid is having this kind of like a part, the fecal matter should pass by the end of 24 hours. So if it is not, it's a threat. Threat to the child, you are not going to survive if the stool is not passing. Then you have to examine why this fecal matter is not coming out. The first stool must pass before 24 hours. You cannot wait anything beyond 24 hours if the mother is saying no stool is passing. Now what could be causes of not passing of the stool? One of the common cause of not passing the stool is imperforateness. Now what is imperforateness? You see that anal canal is sourced or formed from two parts. Upper part of the anal canal and the lower part of the anal canal. Upper part of the anal canal is formed from the cloaca. Lower part of the anal canal is formed by the rupture of this tip or the anal peak. We call this proctonium. And proctonium and this cloaca has a membrane in between. We call it as anal membrane. That anal membrane should rupture or must rupture. Now, if the anal membrane fails to rupture, that leads to twinning. So this particular anal membrane leading to the formation of nitrates. So in an individual who has an imperforate anus, they have the anal opening perfect. This anal opening has a length which is the formations of the lower half of the anal canal, which is also perfect. The anal membrane lies a little bit deeper. At the junction of the cloaca and it is forming and this particular lower part. So we have to just like a puzzle probe to understand if it is going beyond or not. If it is failing to go beyond this 1.25 centimeter, it is obstructed over there. That means this anal membrane is not ruptured, which is a common thing which is happening. Looking at the opening of the anal canal, you cannot figure out whether you have imperforate anus or not. Imperforate anus means the anus is there, opening is there, but the membrane is not ruptured. It's not that you do not have an anal opening. So this particular individual which has this particular non-rupture of the anal membrane have this kind of problem. If the stool stops at this particular point, the abdomen gets distended with this history of this particular material going in, not coming out, abdomen distended, and eventually it starts vomiting. And because of fecal matter, we have the bacterial infection and the septicemia starts. With this early age, septicemia starts. It is very difficult to save this individual with the antibiotics or whatever it is. That's why this is a very important thing that we must practice. When you are going through these rotations on these in the pediatrics, in the newborn or newborns clinic, we have to examine this with the reflexes, whether kids are trying well or the reflexes are ready or not, and as well as this particular anal opening, if it is persistent or not, fecal matter passed or not. That's an important thing. If you fail to do that, it's a severe medical negligence and you're going to lose your certificate if these things are neglected. Now, coming from there is another part. So fecal matter is coming through the urine and fecal matter is coming through the vagina. How far this could be a problem or how far this could be a form. So again, we are going back to this particular septum which is forming into this particular region. So we see this particular septum which is coming out here. So cloaca is split into these particular two chambers. And here we have this particular limiting urogeneal sinus which is developing through the urogeneal system. Now this thing we have got which is forming the cloaca and forming the anal canal. Now you see that in between this urogeneal septum, in between this particular urogeneal sinus and this particular anorectal canal, you have this particular septum developing. Now, by any chance, if this septum is falsely formed, there may be having a communication between this particular loose structure, which is the urinary system, and as well as this particular the gut tube system. So this particular thing, if it is a falsely formed this septum, which is forming or which is known as urorectal septum, partially formed or incompletely formed, that can lead to formation of an abnormal communications like this. So this particular gut tube or a hind gut tube, which is ending on the cloaca, may have ending into this particular system, which you can see ending on this bladder system. Now in this particular region, this anal canal you can see, this part is formed by the anal canal rupture, and this particular cloaca is diverted and channeled into the urogenital system. And this particular fecal matter, whatever it is getting over here, because of the faulty formations of the urorectal septum, we have a fistula communication, which is present over here. The fecal matter coming through the urine. So you have to explain why this is happening and how come this fecal matter comes into this urine. Now this can be having an embryological error. Now, post-surgery in an adult, this thing can also happen. So if the surgeon is not careful enough by negligence, if it is doing any surgery, suturing this particular urinary tract with this anal canal tract, can make this kind of abnormal fistula and can then get this insulated. So this thing again, in embryological setup, it is happening because of the developmental error, which has a communication with the cloaca with this particular urogenital sinus, where this fecal matter is ending this contained in the urinary process. In a female subject, in front of this particular hind gut tube, we have this particular uterine system. So we have this vagina, we have the uterus. You can see that this particular same cloaca can end up into the posterior vaginal wall. And as a result of that, fecal matter is coming into the vaginal tract. So this is a passage of this fecal matter through the vagina and a newborn which is coming with this fecal matter through the uterus. So you have to explain how it is possible and why this is happening, which part is error. And if you have this kind of error, you have to just like go for emergency surgical operations, or else the patient is going to die because of the infections. So these are the things that we have to need to take care regarding these particular formations of the cloaca, membrane, and urorectal septum here. So in the septum, you're doing this particular rectal system and the urorectal system is improperly formed. You may have a fistula communicated with the structure which is in front of it. It could be vagina in case of the female. It could be like in a male subject, it could be urinary system. And as a result of that, the fecal matter is coming out of this particular and ending up in passage of the fecal matter. So this is a kind of abnormal communication which is present. And this thing we already have talked about, imperforate anus. And again, imperforate anus is not a failure of formation of the anal canal, neither the formation of the anal vein. It's a failure of anal membrane rupture, which is happening in case of the imperforate anus. So this is all about this particular embryological aspects or clinical problem related to this particular GI system. Next we will be moving into the renal system and subsequently we will be moving to the urogenital system, like the genital system, the testicles and the other part of this, the genitalia or the genitalia formation, which is going to take some time to happen. Before you move into this particular region, you need to understand, you need to be prepared for example. Have any doubts, any questions? You can go through it. This is a physiological aspect. We learn about the physiology about this particular megacolon, where we have this particular embryological error of the non-passage of this particular thing, which is known as the parasympathetic sympathetic cells, which is moving this gut between nervous system here, where leads to this particular absence of the peristalsis, leading to the dilatation of this, like a large bladder, which we call it toxic megacolon or large bladder hypertrophy, which is again an error of the migration of these cells. Doubts? Where is?
Okay, so for large intestine, you know it is consist of kiki thake, secum, appendix, colon, then rectum, anal canal. So these are the part of large intestine. So in the histology slide, what are the else thing you will get in the large intestine? So same the 4 layers will be there. Rather than that, aki thakbe. So always remember there would be absence of, so you have to compare between small intestine and large intestine. So there would be absence of crypts and there would be absence of villi. And additionally, in case of appendix, we will get 2 slides. One is appendix, another one is large intestine as a whole. Okay, so in the appendix additionally you will see the lumen, how the lumen look like. Okay, so you are cutting the cross section, so you will see the lumen is very thin than the wall. So by that way you could determine this is the slide of appendix. And in the large intestine additionally you will see some mucus secreting glands. Okay, so just write it down. It harbors some non-pathogenic, means these are the good bacteria. So could you name which are the good bacteria?
E. coli.
E. coli আছে, আর কি আছে? Lactobacillus. Okay, these are the good bacteria. Okay, there are so many colonies. If you just write it down, what are the bacteria, good bacteria harbors in the large intestine? So many are there. Okay, so why they are important? Because they soften the stool. Additionally, they will produce two vitamins. Okay, one is vitamin B12 and another one is vitamin K. So what is the function of vitamin B12? अगर विटामिन B12 एब्सेंस हुआ तो क्या होगा? Pernicious anemia, megaloblastic anemia. और कुछ होता है? So vitamin B12 is very much necessary for our neurons or nerve. Okay, you will get any kind of neurological disorder if you just cut vitamin B12 from your diet, and it is only source of vitamin B12 maximum from the meat. Okay, any kind of meat, fish. Okay, means all the non-vegetarian source. Okay, but vitamin B12 also found in the vegetarian diet. So there are some kind of nuts. Okay, where you get. So additionally there is vitamin K. So what is the function of vitamin K? Okay, so you have studied in physiology. Vitamin K means the coagulation factor you have studied. You have studied. So what are the dependent factor? Vitamin K dependent coagulation. 2, 7, 9, 10. Yeah, he is correct. 2, 7, 9, 10. And meanwhile, remember 3, 7, 9, 10 is the parasympathetic cranial nerve. Okay. So 3, 7, 9, 10 are the parasympathetic cranial nerve, and 2, 7, 9, 10 are the vitamin K dependent clotting factor. Okay. So it is produced by vitamin K is only produced by large intestine? No. Where is it produced? Are they produced by? Vitamin K? Yeah? ক্যাসের ইন্টেনসিভ ফ্যাক্টরে কি তৈরি হয়? B12 লিভারে হয় কি ভিটামিন K? Yeah, another source is liver. Okay, so these are the source. So this is important for hematopoiesis and coagulation. Then what are the function? So it is needed for the absorption only two substance. কি কি? একটা হচ্ছে water আর একটা হচ্ছে electrolyte. So these things you have to remember. So is there any absorption taking place in the large intestine? Yes. What are the substance? একটা হচ্ছে water, another one is electrolyte. Just think about whatever water you are consuming, there is no absorption throughout the gut. কোথায় গিয়ে absorption হচ্ছে? Large intestine. Okay? Then the remaining are converted to the indigestible food particle. It is converted into the feces. Okay? And what is the main feature? It lack intestinal villi. এখানে কোনো intestinal villi থাকে না. Okay, so these are the main general feature of large intestine. So then we will go about the vermiform appendix. So these are the general features of vermiform appendix. Number one is, write it down, this is the most important feature. There is small angular lumen compared to the thick one. তুই যখন লুমেনটা দেখবি স্লাইডটা, ঠিক আছে, যে লুমেনটা থাকবে ইট উইল বি অ্যাঙ্গুলার। ওকে, ইট ইজ নট এ ক্লোজ সার্কেল। যেমন তোর ইফ ইউ সি দ্য ইউরেটারে কি করে বুঝবো? দেয়ার উইল বি স্টার শেপ লুমেন। ওকে, কিন্তু এখানে অ্যাপেন্ডিক্স দেখলে কি করে হাউ টু ডিফারেন্সিয়েট? দ্য লুমেন উইল বি অ্যাঙ্গুলার। ওকে, সো দেয়ার উইল বি স্মল অ্যাঙ্গুলার লুমেন কম্পেয়ার্ড টু দ্য thick one. Number 1 point. Second point is there is no villi, there is no crypt. There is nothing about mucus secreting thing in the appendix. Okay, so villi ও থাকবে না, absorption ও হয় না, last part. So there will be no villi and no crypts. আর কি থাকবে? there will be ring of lymphoid follicles. So যখন আমরা ল্যামিনা প্রপ্রিয়াটা দেখব means above the basement membrane, তখন দেখব in that there will be some lymphoid follicles are found. Okay, so you have to, this is also very important. Okay, ring of lymphoid follicles with germinal centers. Ring of lymphoid follicles. You know what is the definition of appendix? What is that? Aggregation of lymphoid follicles. So where it is aggregated? On the lamina propria. Okay, and it is looking like a ring. And only the lymphoid follicles? No, along with the germinal centers. Okay, germinal centers are the public. Where else you will get germinal center? Oval. Okay, another example is oval. Then another one is disrupted muscularis mucosa. So muscularis mucosa is found in which layer? Mucosa they call it, right? So there would be disruption of muscularis mucosa. Only at disrupted thake muscularis mucosa. So these are all characteristic features of appendix. Okay. Then about the cecum and colon. We have taken all colon. Maybe it is ascending, descending, sigmoid, transverse, throughout. Okay. So in throughout, what are the features you will see? Number one is no villi. Okay. Then crypts are well developed. So see, crypts are present. Why? Because it will secrete the mucus. Okay. There are some goblet cells present in the crypts which will secrete mucus. And it is lined by plenty of goblet cells. আর কি অ্যাডিশনাল ফিচারস দেখতে পাবো? প্যানেক সেল আর অ্যাবসেন্ট ইন দ্য ক্রিপ্ট। প্যানেক সেল কোথায় পেয়েছিলাম? কোন পার্টে পেয়েছিলাম প্যানেক সেল? প্যানক্রিয়াসে প্যানেক সেল নয়, প্যানেক সেল কোথায় ছিল? Which intestine? This is also intestine. Which part? ইলিয়াম না জেজুনাম? Jejunum part. Okay, jejunum maximum amount of panic cell. What is the function? Secretion of lysozyme. Very good. Secretion of lysozyme. So panic cell are absent in the crypts. Okay. Then outer longitudinal layer of muscularis externa shows thickening of the ribbon-like bands, 3 in number, that are called tinea coli. So if you see the colon in gross anatomy, there are 3 bands. Tinea coli are the longitudinal bands. So if you see histologically, there presence of 3 bands. Okay, always 3 bands are running longitudinally. Okay, so this is another feature. So where it is found in the which layer? Muscularis externa. তার মানে কি third layer. Third layer এ পাওয়া যাবে tinea coli. Okay, which are 3 in number. And additionally serosa te ki paowa jabe? There would be fat filled pockets. Okay, these are known as appendices epiploica. So appendices epiploica are found in serosa, whereas these tinea coli are found in muscularis externa. Okay. So tinea we have got, and also appendices epiploica we have got. Additionally, there are some crypt we will secrete the mucosa. Okay, mucus secreting gland, that is the goblet cell. But there is absence of villi. Okay, so throughout large intestine, one features, if you forget everything, write it down, that there is absence of villi. Okay. So next one we will see about the rectum. Okay, so how the rectum is looking like? There is long crypt of liver pool. So there are long crypts of liver pool. So this is known as intestinal gland. These are the intestinal gland. Are kothay pabe crypts of liver pool? Small intestine. Which part? Is it ileum, duodenum or jejunum? It is found in the ileum, crypts of liver pool. But the Brunner's gland are found in duodenum. Okay, so rectum is similar to the intestinal gland, that is similar to the ileum of the small intestine. And lymphoid tissues are less abundant in the lamina propria. ठीक है, lamina propria तो rectum में क्लियर होना लाभ नहीं. So there is lymphoid tissues are lack in the lamina propria. The muscle cord lack tinea coli. This thing you have already studied in cross anatomy. যে rectum में কোনো tinea coli থাকে না. But you know the tinea coli become same line at the appendix. ठीक है, so base of the appendix. And serosa is replaced by adventitia in the lower part. Rectum এর কয়টা part আছে? What are the parts of rectum? So there is one middle muscular curvature in the middle which is making the valve. So it is dividing into rectum into two parts, upper part and the lower part. So in the lower part the serosa is replaced by the adventitia. Okay, adventitia is found in which layer of the blood vessels? It is the most outside layer of the blood vessels, right? Intima, media and adventitia. These are the three layers. Okay. Okay, we will see the, so these are the thing you have to write down for the characteristic of vermiform appendix. अगर slide है, so these are the feature you have to write. Okay, previous slide in a gross. Okay, that was the discussion, but these are the point. Number one, few crypt of liver cone. There are few crypts of liver cone lined by simple columnar epithelium with goblet cell. That would be lined. So what is the lining epithelium? Simple columnar epithelium lining with goblet cells. Then second point is you have to mention lymphatic nodules where? At the lamina propria. Lymphatic nodules are found in the lamina propria. Okay. So another comparison is there is small angular lumen compared to the thick wall. Wall is thick but the lumen is small and angular. Okay, and the fourth point is very common, that is absence of villi. Absence of villi. So these are the four characteristic features you have to write. These are the four characteristic features you have to write for the vermiform appendix. Okay. Okay. Now see, this is the diagram. Okay, diagram of appendix. So how does it look like? So first layer we could see what is this. প্রথম লেয়ারটা কি? Mucosa, right? So in the mucosa, what are the things are there? Epithelium, then lamina propria, then muscularis, mucosa. These are the three layers. So you could see the lumen. How does it look like? It is angular. Okay, and see the wall. This is the wall, but you could see this is small than the thick wall. So lumen is thin, but the wall is thick. Okay. Secondly, you are getting this submucosa. So this lining epithelium is simple columnar epithelium with abundance of goblet cell. Then next one is the submucosa. So in the submucosa there are numerous blood vessels. Okay, these are the blood vessels, right? Then next one is, this is the muscularis mucosa. What did it say? Disruption of muscularis mucosa. So is there any muscularis mucosa you could see? It is not well defined. Okay, so disruption of muscularis mucosa. And see, this is the lamina propria. So by that way you could see these are the blue color stained area. So these are the lymphoid nodules that are embedded in the lamina propria. Okay, then this layer is the muscularis externa. So is that any specific thing about muscularis externa? Ki ache? See what is it is written, muscularis externa. What is the specific feature muscularis externa? Outer longitudinal, inner circular. Okay, and the last layer is the serosa. But you have to remember the lining epithelium is simple columnar. So this is the slide of appendix. So how does the slide look in the microscope? So we could see. By that way you have to identify. It is very similar with किसी similarity होगा ureter. Okay, another one is vas deferens. Another one is fallopian tube and appendix. So these four are look similar. There are some specific differences. So here you could get this lumen is small and angular. Then second is this is the submucosa, and why it is known as reactive lymphoid follicles. This is found in the lamina propria, and the last layer is the serosa. Okay, and see this is the muscularis mucosa. There is no defined border. Okay. So this is another slide. Okay, how you will identify this type of angular shaped lumen and see this bluish colored thing. This is the lymphoid follicles. Immediately after that, you will get this one. Okay. Okay. Now about the large intestine. So write it down. These are the specific features. Number one is absence of intestinal villi. Absence of intestinal villi. Okay. Then presence of more crypt of liverpool with large number of goblet cells. Presence of more number of crypt of liverpools. And there are large number of goblet cells. So what is the difference between the appendix and the large intestine? The muscularis mucosa there is disrupted, but here you are having well defined muscularis mucosa. Well defined muscularis mucosa. And the last one is presence of tinea coli. Tinea coli would be seen in which layer? One layer আমরা বললাম এইমাত্র। Tinea coli would be seen in muscularis externa, and appendices epiploidy would be seen on serosa. Okay, so that also you could add over here. Okay, appendices epiploidy has been shown in the serosa. Additionally you could write. Okay, now you see the slide. So see, this is the crypt of liverpool. See the how the mucosa are present. It is too long. Okay, and there are so many crypts. Presence of crypts is known as crypts of liverpool. Then next there is submucosa. So additionally, these are the blood vessels. Okay. Then this is the tunica muscularis. So here only you have to find out. See, these are the bands of tinea. Okay. These are the part of tinea. Okay, so it would be seen on muscularis mucosa. And the last layer, here you will see some, it is not shown here, some fat type of thing. Okay, fatty layer or something like that, fat cells. So that are the some specimen of appendices. Okay, so we could not take the whole large intestine and make the specimen of tinea coli and the appendices epiploidy. Okay. So just you have to know, see the four layers are very well defined, and basically which one is the muscularis mucosa? This one. Okay, this is the, see this layer, this is the well defined muscularis mucosa. This line is going on, but it is absent in appendix. Okay, so see, so this is the mucosa. See the layer, it is well defined. And these are the crypt of liverpool. So what would be the lining epithelium? Same, it is also simple columnar because it has to secrete the mucus. Okay, so this is the last slide. Now we'll go and check the slide over there. Okay. So see, these specimen, they don't cut like the longitudinal. They have taken the specimen as a whole. Okay, they does not cut in the longitudinal section. Okay, so I will take these pictures over there also, so that you could compare. Okay.